What's up, everybody? What's going on? Hey, hey, hey. Girl, every time I get on here. 1 second. All right, y'all. I'm back. What's going on, Miss Angela? Hey, hey, hey. Miss Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead in the house. What's going on? Come on in here, y'all. Tell me who's here. I want to know who's in the house. Yes, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. What's going on, Miss Angela? What's going on with you? How's the weather? It was warm today here. I had made up in my mind that it was like cold outside because it's been really cold all week long. And honey, it got up to 60 degrees today. I missed a whole day in the house. Little big girl farmer woke up this morning with a fever. So we were kind of bound to the house anyway. She's doing much better, much better. Hey, Morning Glory. Hi. I'm so glad to see you. I am so pumped. I cannot wait to see what you got in store for us on your channel. I'm so happy that everything is going well with your move. Good to see you. It's 60 degrees, Miss Angela. Lynette Lawrence. Well, hello, Miss Lynette from Charlotte. And you're cold. Well, I am so sorry. We have been cold all week. It has been ridiculously cold. I mean, ridiculous. And it froze there was a freeze last night. Woke up this morning, the college, looking like that outside in the garden bed. But they perked right back up. They perked right back up. Food Forest Permaculture. Good evening. How are you doing? What's going on, Diva? Uh, good to see you. And she says, why you not moving? Why you ain't moving? What do you mean? Me or Miss Lynette where it's cold? But I am so excited that you all are here. Hold on. Okay, great. And so yeah, it's been crazy the weather. It's like you can't get well if once you get sick, you really can't get well because everything's just so up and down, and everybody in the house has got something going on right now, and we're just trying to survive in these streets, honey. This weather is just jacking everybody's sinuses and allergies, and there's like a virus going around. And little big girl farmer wasn't in school all week because I had to go, literally pulled in the driveway after dropping her off, and they called me and was like, can you come back and get her? And I was like, why? Like, what is going on? And she woke up that morning kind of looking a little, how they look kind of glazed over. And I asked her, I was like, are you sure you're okay? Yes, I just want to go see my friends. And I said, well, let's do some, checking you out first. So I took her temperature. She didn't have a fever. I took, just like anything hurting, she wasn't stuffy. No, eyes wasn't watering because she has allergies, just like her daddy, like really bad. And so she just kind of looked lethargic, and I was like, well, if you're up to it, you can go to school. You just don't look very like yourself. She said, I am myself. So she, was a trooper, I thought. And then she gets out the car smiling and jumps out the car. And, I'm thinking she's cool. Honey, they called me right back and said, come and get her. And it's about 10, 15 minutes from my house to her school. So I was like, dang, dude. So I went back and picked her up, and sure enough, she's sitting in the program director's office on a beanbag, just chilling, like, mommy. I said, yes, baby. She's like, I think I'm okay now. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. If the school calls, you have to go home. But good, Food Forest. I'm so glad you're doing well. Listen, I am just really been reflecting on this composting stuff and hugelculture. So I'm gonna show you something soon, in just a few. Not today, but like in a couple of days. I got something for you, Food Forest. Miss Lynette says that she's just old. Oh my gosh. Flu season, yes. Time to break out the mask, the gloves, the Lysol, whatever we got to do, bleach, whatever. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We have got the vitamin C, vitamin D, E, F, G, B12, everything that we could possibly think of. We are trying to take and trying to do a lot of home remedy stuff too. But I did have to take her to the doctor because the school, called her home, and they require that she have a note. So I had to take her to the doctor, which was good though because she was complaining about her head hurting, you know. And so anyway, we got that taken care of. But she seems to be better. The fever went down. So we're good. We're good. Morning Glory says, thank you so much. Took a break from editing to watch your live stream. Well, thank you. My internet is slow as heck here, but I'm trying to follow along. It's been in the 20s and 30s here. Oh my gosh. Where is here? Remind me where you moved to, sweetie. Um, Diva saying, what's up to everybody? Good, 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 good. I love that. Lemon in water. Chew on a piece of ginger raw. You know what? You and your lemon water, dude. I believe in that lemon water. We are lemon wasted, really. Lemon wasted, honey wasted, lime wasted, citrus wasted. I mean, a little bit everything we've tried. Ginger wasted. The hubby's got some things going on with the ginger, and so yeah, yep. We're trying to do everything possible to stay well. David says I never get sick. I haven't been sick in like 6 years. Well, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. Usually, when I get sick, it'd take me down, and I go down hard. And I always have one of those a year. You know, those ones where you just like, you really feel like you're gonna die. Like, I don't know what it feels like to die, but or feel like you know what I'm saying though. I'm just like, oh God, I can't lift my head. One of those. You're just done. I haven't had that this year, but whatever started in around October, September, October has not left. I mean, just it is all in here and it has not left. So it's getting better and then it gets worse, then it gets better, then it doesn't. It's just a mess. I don't know. Hey, lady, what's going on? Welcome. Wash your hands 25 times a day and more if needed. Yes, I wash my hands all the time. I am always ashy. Always ashy. Like wash your hands and then moisturize because I it's bad. Like I wash my hands so much. I wash my hands so much. Yes. Now my husband is a teacher by trade as well. And so he's around these nasty, snotty kids all day long. And usually he's pretty, I mean, he has like a stomach and immune system of steel, like, but here lately it's even getting to him. So I'm just like, oh no, if he's getting sick, then it must be something crazy going on out there. Elderberry, ASAP. Everybody keeps talking about this elderberry. I need to do more research on the elderberry. Sometimes I just believe that things happen in trends, and not that it's good or bad. I'm just like, what is this elderberry? Everybody's talking about elderberry. Everybody's trying to grow a moringa tree too, and I'm just like, what is going on? I need to do more research on these things because apparently somebody is understanding something that I'm not. So yeah, I need to check that out. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy Four Horns is here. Good evening. Four Horns. Is see, don't have tonsils. Okay, but they don't recommend you get those out anymore. Really? I think that's a big part of it. People I know who have also had tonsil something, okay, they don't get sick hardly either. Well, my brother was the only one out of all the siblings, out of the four of us, that got his tonsils taken out, and he doesn't get sick that often, either. I've never had that done, so but thank you so much, Morning Gloria. Yeah, she is doing much, much better. Needs to spray the kids. Yes, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And Miss Lynette says yes, and have the sick feeling since September. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's Lifestyle. All that, y'all. I'm kind of I don't, not a germaphobe, not OCD, but sort of. Like, I mean, if you wipe your nose, you're supposed to wash your hands. Just because you wiped your nose or blew into a tissue doesn't mean that your hands are clean. You know, I'm very anal about that stuff, and I really drive my daughter crazy. She's about to be 4 years old. But she's like, "Mommy, I just washed my hands." I'm like, "Yeah, wash them again." It's so easy to spread germs. It really is, and that's kind of the season right now. Um, it's just like the kale trend. Yes, I feel like there's a lot of things going on, but I do believe there are benefits from what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing so far. It sounds like elderberry, moringa, and some other things that I'm hearing about. People are really like they believe in that it has healing properties, and so I'm down to try it out, or to do more research, listen, more about it. um I have seen 3 and 4 week long flu. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. I couldn't imagine having the flu for 3 or 4 weeks. Well, I don't, but I've never had a fever this whole time. And I praise God for that. But I've never had a fever. She is the first one to get a fever out of everybody in the house. So and it was low grade. It was like 99.6 or something like that. But yeah, her face is blushed. Her lips are really, really pink, like bright pink. You can tell the fever's there. But yeah, I'm very grateful for not having a fever, because you just do not feel good. Mm-mm. Go get a knife and hack out your tonsils and solve the problem. Oh my goodness. Four Horses, I get sick a lot. School is just a germy place. It is. It is. Diva and Annette spray those children of the corn. I cannot. I cannot. Oh, lady says, I don't know. I always increased my little ones vitamin C, but that was 20 years ago. Yes, we have tried. Yeah, we're doing all of that. It's still good to increase the vitamin C. Four Horns Farm says, I spray the room and put hand sanitizer on the kids. Yes. And well, at least in our public schools, they can't have hand sanitizer anymore. I don't completely understand what that's about. I don't know if some kids were inappropriately using it or whatever. I don't know, but they can't even have hand sanitizer anymore, which is something. Um, Lady says, I hate to see babies and little ones sick. I know, and it's like you just do. If it's a virus, you just have to let it run its course. And it's just a shame. You do the best that you can, but I hate it. I hate it, like not being able to help her. I mean, I know I'm helping her by giving her medicine and cuddling and things like that. But it's just like, you just want to karate chop that virus, right, and get it out of there. Um, Four Horns says, I use moringa, turmeric, and ginger in a hot toddy. It killed the last of the crud. Yes, yes. I have not had a hot toddy in a while. That's probably what I need to do. Okay, morning, Gloria. You are in New Mexico. Yes, near Colorado. Okay. Thank you for reminding me that. The kids were drinking it, I'm sure, sniffing it. Probably. Well, maybe the teachers were drinking it. You know what? The way things are going around here, they probably are. They probably were. They probably were. Okay, y'all. So the title of the chat, and I want everybody to engage and tell me one thing, two things, 10 things. I don't care. Okay, tell me in 2019, um, you know, I personally, I believe my 2019, the year was really tough, really, 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 really tough. In my personal life, in the garden, there were tough moments, but overall, I had a ball this year, and I've grown more food than I've ever grown before, ever. But there were a lot of things that, like, I was like, man, I don't know why I didn't remember that from last year, or Letitia, why did you do that? You know better. Or, we all had issues with pet. I mean, every year going to have issues with pests, but it seemed like this year the pest pressure was just incredibly ridiculous. So the title says 2019 was awesome in spite of dot 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 fill in the blank. Okay, 2019 was awesome in spite of fill in the blank. Everybody, right now, type something in the chat. Type, type, type. Okay. Let me get back in the chat. Putting vodka in the hand sanitizer. I can't. Okay, Diva, I can't. Uh, that's where they had the gin. Right. Oh my gosh, I knew a teacher that actually did that. She didn't have it in a sanitizer jar, but she just hit a bottle. It was about, yeah, it's about that big, about that big, that wide. One of those little flasks. You know what I'm talking about? In her desk drawer. She sure did, and she would pop it up real quick before we come in the room. I didn't tell. I didn't tell because I just really didn't. I liked her. I liked her, but honey, she did. She said that it was a painkiller. And at the time I didn't know. I was like, okay. But that is clearly a flask. Why would you have a flask? I mean, if it was water, you should just have a bottle of water. I don't know. But anyway. Um let's see. That's what you're gonna say. Lord, when I saw autocorrect, I couldn't delete it fast enough. That's so funny. So funny. Severe back and okay, so we're here we go. We're doing the 2019 was awesome in spite of, and Miss Lynette says severe back pain and knee pains. So 2019 was awesome in spite of that. And I can relate to that. I have back pain, and I have a knee that acts up every once in a while, but it's usually my back and my hips. Sciatica sucks, right? It is the worst ever. I don't wish that on anybody. But again, like, I was so proud of myself. I was able to, like, man, just do jobs in the garden that I didn't think I thought I was gonna need help with, like lifting a lot of stuff, and and then I was like, sometimes I would have to remind myself, Letitia, it's okay to sit in a chair and dig. Or Letitia, it's okay to sit in a chair and prune. Like, what are some things that you can do to relieve some of that in the garden? If you don't have a garden, that's okay. But I'm kind of talking about the garden, but what are some things that you can do to alleviate the pain, so that you can be successful in other areas of your life? And so I've just been reflecting on this stuff, y'all. So 2019 was awesome in spite of trying to get fired for horns. You've got to tell me more. What does that mean? Oh my gosh. 2019 was awesome in spite of cabbage loopers. Lord, don't I know it? That I tell y'all, that little sucker debuted in most of my videos, the cabbage moth, and it's just, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yes, I regardless, I still had a great harvest of greens in the spring. I was just very, very pleased, y'all. I was so excited, and I really, really hope that you all. I mean, I've seen Diva's garden. I've seen most of you all's garden. Now, Lynette, you're new. So do you garden, create content? Don't post your channel link or anything. Just tell me whether or not you create content, and what zone you're in. That would be great to know too. If you garden, yes, I learned to sit while in the garden. Good, good for you. Good for you. And it's like, at one point, like my back was hurting so bad, but I just had to get this task done. And I was pulling like this big tub of dirt, sitting, and then I would get up, move the chair back, sit, pull again. Y'all, I mean, I was like, I am determined to get this done. And that was like one or two times where it was that bad, right? But I was just amazed at like what I'm capable of doing in the garden that I didn't think I could be. I was a little anxious about really expanding my garden because I knew of the pain, but it actually worked in my favor because the more I worked in the garden, it's kind of like exercising. The more you do it, the less pain you have, and your body kind of conditions itself to receive that input. And it's kind of like that in the garden as well. I did a lot of squatting. Like I felt like I was like, why am I squatting? So I'm my or why my thighs hurting and stuff. Like I felt like my butt hurt. And I realized that I was doing a lot of squats, like literally standing and squatting, and I didn't and standing back up, like an actual squat when you exercise. I was like, well, shoot now. So like I felt good. I just felt good. 2019 was awesome in spite of um Four Horn says, ask me in 2020. I can't finish that, Lord Jesus. Jen at school is trying to get fired. Not me, honey. I'm too rules oriented. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yes, I learned to sit while in the garden. Hey, Melanie, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Lady says nematodes taking out most of my vegetables and squash vine borers. Ooh, I've never had a nematode issue. Ooh, Lord, I hope I never have to deal with that. I don't even know if they are in my area. They probably, I don't know. I've never heard of them being in my area, but the daggone squash vine borers now, I've had issues with them. Not this year, last year I did though. I do remember those. Yes, good. In spite of all that, 2019 was great in your garden. Let's see. Uh, I lost my place here. Yeah, Melanie snuck in on me. Uh-huh. Four Horn says 2019 was awesome in the garden in spite of squash bugs. Oh, honey, them squash bugs. I think I said this yesterday, maybe on a live or the day before. But honey, they didn't care. They didn't care what I was putting on them, what I was spraying on them. Honey, they just did what they wanted to do. And I typically only see the squash bugs on my squashes, right? My zucchini, the crookneck squash, the melons. I expected that. But these suckers was on my lettuces, on my tomatoes. I was like, what is going on? Honey, they were on the okra. Now, this year's the first time I grew okra, and it was very successful. So I wasn't sure what pests would attack it. So I'll give it that one. But honey, them squash bugs did not care what I was putting on them. I put diatomaceous earth. I sprayed with soap and water. I tried to drown them. They were climbing out just fine, like Superman. I was, honey, if I didn't squash them with my foot, they pretty much wouldn't die. Neem oil. I mean, all that stuff you try. Um, let's see. Miss Lynette says yes in zone 7. Perfect. Okay, I'm in zone 6B7. 6B really close to 7. I have been blessed to lift and pull down for 2 days, but I was happy. It took me a while, but I enjoyed myself. That is amazing. And that's what it's all about. Just celebrating. In spite of, all this craziness, Uh, 2019 was all right. It was all right. I'm just very, very pumped up about that. Yes. Um, Anybody else in spite of in 2019? 2019 was awesome in spite of finish the sentence. Come on, come on, come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yeah, yeah. And I'm just yeah, I grew. I don't even know now how many varieties. I know I had about 18, 16, 18 tomato plants. A few died, like literally a few. Maybe yeah, maybe two or three plants died. I grew yellow pear, and they didn't fruit until it almost got cold. I don't know what was going on with those. I grew persimmon, Kellogg's breakfast, Aunt German greens, Romas, a red slicing tomato, just like the typical slicing tomato you get in the store, black cherry tomato. Um, Romas grew really fast. And they just kept producing. Like the Romas were probably the best performing in my garden. Um, the black cherry, however, y'all know how I feel about them black cherries. Okay, they were the best tasting to me. Um, let's see. Yeah, several tomatoes. I can't even remember them all. The black brandy wine. Anybody in here ever grow the black brandy wine tomato? If you can tell me that you have, and then tell me if you can tell me one thing to do with that plant, that would be or that variety of tomato, because it was growing beautifully. It flowered and then died. Like I was like, and it wasn't a watering issue. I don't think it was. I don't think I did. I mean, we had some hot days, and it was in the self-watering pot. Those pots really did well in the heat. I was very pleased with those pots. It's my first time using self-watering pots. And I got them from a girl off of Facebook Marketplace. I mean, I think I have five of them. I think, maybe, is it five, four? Something. And but she only wanted like $3, and then she gave me terracotta pots and stuff like that. UT is in the house. What's going on? And so but they did great. I really like those self-watering pots, and they were big too. Um, UT. So the live title is in 2019 was awesome in spite of dot dot dot, fill in the blank. So real quick, one thing that just pops in your mind: 2019 was awesome in spite of, and then type it in chat real quick, okay, and let us know. But yeah, it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. Um, let's see. Oh, this is kind of off the subject for a little, but I have been doing a lot of research on OLAS. OLLAS. Unpredictable weather challenges. Yes. We had a lot of wind this year. A lot of wind. Like I was always wind proofing my garden, and the heat was just ridiculously crazy. The heat was absolutely ridiculous this year. And so yes, I agree. I agree. And congratulations on the success in your gardens, you all, this year, because in spite of all this stuff, we all had successes, because I've watched most of your channels anyway. So I know that you have. And we do just have to remember that, every once in a while we get really discouraged because things aren't going so well with certain plants or certain trees, or whatever, and we get kind of discouraged and bogged down about it. But like, man, we grew this year, and I've grown again the most food I've ever grown, since I've been gardening, and I was really, really successful from spring to now. I'm not very excited about the fall garden, winter garden, but you know, it is what it is. I still have food out there that I grew and I know how to do it, you know. That's just priceless to me. It's so priceless. But these olas. So, has anybody ever heard of an ola? Um, Sometimes it's called oyas. It depends on who's pronouncing it. Okay, tomato, tomato. Um, and I, so the idea is okay. So what started it was I was looking for other ways to water my garden because I do hand water my whole garden, and I use a hose to do that, hose water, so or tap water or whatever you want to call it. Well, it's not well water, but anyway, I hand water my garden, and I do not have drip irrigation or anything like that. So I was like, man, I really want this rainwater system in place for the spring. So that's something that I'm really, really considering, like number one on my list right now, is to get the rainwater system together after the frost. You know, I'm going to install it after the frost. Um, but then I was like, well, what else can I do? And I've tried the plastic water bottle thing, and that works. You know, just filling up a plastic water bottle, poking a hose in the top, turn it over upside down. That works. But then I end up with water bottles everywhere because the wind blew, and you know, makes a mess. So I'm just like, man, there's got to be something else. So basically, Ola's is any, you can take any terracotta pot, and it cannot be like it has to just be a I mean, literally a terracotta pot. I can't think of the word. I was talking to somebody about this earlier, and I can't. It can't be like a finished pot, but just a plain terracotta pot that comes with a saucer, you know, or whatever. You can use a plate or something over it. Actually, I'll tell you who I watched. I watched several videos, but I met someone new, and the channel name is garden gardening no garden for cheap, gardening and the number four cheap, all one word. And I met her, so she was doing it in her garden. But basically, you dig a hole, stick the terracotta pot in, fill it with water, put a lid over it because you don't want to, like, encourage mosquito breeding, right? So make sure that lid is over it. The water stays really cool in the ground, and it seeps out of the terracotta pot. Well, if when you put it in the ground and you bury it all the way down and just leave the top, like, you know, 2 or 3 inches out, and so the water seeps out of the pot, and the roots from the plant actually move toward the pot. They're moving toward that water source. So you know, the plants get watered that way, and the water, depending on how big the pot is, this one was about, you know, maybe a gallon or maybe 2 gallons, I can't remember, of water, um something like that. I can't exactly remember, but it lasted like 3 days. And this specific person I was talking about is in has triple digit temps, a lot, okay, during the summertime. And I was like, man, I don't have to run outside and water every day or twice a day. You know, having those terracotta pots or those olas in the ground would be amazing. And I'm reducing the plastic bottle, crazy trash all over my garden. And that would just be amazing. So somebody just popped in here. Okay. Miss Lynette said, I love the black Brandywine tomato, 4 tomatoes collects. I want to put in on the heat. It was super hot in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm ready for next year. Volunteers are planning to help me in 2020. Well, that is nice. I just got to, yeah, I got to figure that. I'm gonna give it another shot because I really, that tomato is really beautiful, and I really want to give it a shot. Hey, Dee Dee, Dee Dee's Pharmacy's in the house. Everybody say, what's up, Dee Dee? Ola, yes, uh-huh. And yes, and then now that I think about it, I think Cheryl from a Cheryl's Organic Food Forest actually had a video where she introduced the Ola. And I think I've seen, yeah, I think I've seen that on a channel before. I might have misspoke, but I really do. But anyway, I was like, well, shoot, that's probably a good idea. And I'm mad because I was just telling someone that I gave away most of my terracotta pots because I didn't know. I didn't, you just do stuff. I was like, oh, I'm not going to use these, so I just gave them away. But I'm gonna have to make that happen. Find some more. I might have two in my shed, but yeah, I've got to figure that out. Yeah, I got to figure that out because I like that idea, about just filling those pots up, and again the water seeps out, and so you're literally watering from underground. That's pretty dope. Yeah, that's pretty dope. And it's a lot less expensive than buying a drip irrigation. And I think someone said, a video that I watched was like, you actually save 75% of water that you typically would, use in the garden. I was like, 75%, that's high. And yeah, yes. So I'm considering that. Didi. So we're talking about, the title of the live is 2019 was awesome in spite of, and fill in the blank if you want to. Okay, 2019 was awesome in spite of, and type something real quick. First thing that comes to your mind, and share with us. That would be amazing. Diva says, you just brought something to my mind. Okay, so I was cleaning some brush and found a tree that is now huge with a huge clay pipe that had been poured or pounded into the ground at the roots. Okay, well, yep, somebody might have done that. And I even saw, instead of a terracotta pot, I watched a video where someone used PVC pipe and they put mortar or martyr. How do you say it? Mortar, brick and mortar in the bottom. Not all the way up, just in the bottom, and that somehow created the same effect. They drilled holes on the side. Yeah, it was just like, man, that is so dope. So yeah, there's all kinds of different things that you can do. You can use clay pots and their lids to do the same. Yes. That must have been what that was. I was like, what did they do this for? Well, yeah, it might be. Morning Glory says, if you're talking personal in spite of too many things to list, if we talking garden in spite of my failed corn crop, not one dang seed came out. Yes, did anybody else have crops that just didn't do a thing? Right? You plant these seeds and like, what is going on? Am I the only one? Morning Glory, you are not the only one. Yes. Anybody else have crops that just flat out just failed? Put those in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. Um, Dee says 2019 was awesome in spite of choke vines. Choke vines, I guess that's what they were called. I think the ones that I saw that I had were, I think they're called vine weeds, but it's like a vine that chokes out, yeah, chokes out all my sunflowers. All my sunflowers that I planted against the fence line completely taken over by vines. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Diva says, see, I've seen the PVC thing before. I'll film that pipe for y'all to show you. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen, but this must have been what that was for. Watering when the tree was young. Yep. Miss Lynette says, I'm gathering free 55-gallon black heavy duty plastic barrels and am sitting them on each corner to catch the rainwater. Where did you get the barrels? Because I had just posted on social media that I'm looking for black or brown. I really want the black ones too. Barrels. I want about 3 or 4, maybe. I'll take 2, but I really think I want 3 or 4 barrels to do the same thing, Miss Lynette. Angela's Garden Sense is in the house. Everybody say, "What's up, Miss Angela?" So we have an Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead that popped in. I'm not sure if she's still here. And now we have Miss Angela's Garden Sense here as well. Welcome. Four Horns Farm says, "Okay, fam, time gotta go. Good night. Thank you so much for stopping by." Uh, let's see. The choke plants killed all the bean plants, all of them. Lord have mercy. Ain't that something? All that time growing to be punked by a weed. I was like, what is this? Whew. Mm. I just it's those things, and this particular weed that I'm talking about, I mean just all the way up the daggone, I mean just really wrapped itself around. And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to like cut, unravel. I mean, that sucker, yeah, yeah, it's bad. Yep. UT says we garden as it I'm sorry, we garden as if each year is our last and go all out, which usually results in more fails than success, but makes the wins that much more meaningful. I love you, UT. I swear I do. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Yeah, go all out. I love that. I had more than enough plants this year, and I really did share a lot. I sold some, but I mean, that was mostly the sweet potatoes that I sold. But I had more than enough sunflowers, marigolds, tomato plants. I had several pepper plants, but I just did not give those to people. I was so upset with my peppers. That's one crop. I was just like, I had anchos, sweet banana peppers, and California wonders, and just I had some green bell pepper seeds as well. And they did okay, the anchos and the sweet bananas, but not as many fruits as I thought I was gonna get. But they did better, a whole lot better than California Wonders and the green bell pepper. I was like, what is going on? I got three peppers out of 3 plants. I have 3 plants, 3 peppers. Um, let's see. Let me go back up. Let me go back up. Everybody saying good night and hello. Um, DD says bear fruit, right? You can't even use a hoe to get through it. Okay. Miss Lynette says in Charlotte, North Carolina, off Harris Boulevard. I will get the address and send it to you. I'm not in North Carolina. Yeah, but oh, they are free. No. They would have to ship them to me. I'm sure I can find something. I'm sure I can find something. I don't know. But I'm in Kentucky. I'm in Kentucky. Um, but thank you so much. Thank you for offering. Miss Angela's Garden says, "I love your okra grown." Um, Thank you. The okra did really well, and this year was my first time growing. I had 5 plants. I grew red burgundy okra and the green Clemson spineless okra. I do believe is the variety, and they did well, but it wore me out. When once they were established, I didn't even water them hardly. It's like those suckers, the roots on those plants are deep. I mean, they run deep. And matter of fact, I haven't even pulled them out the ground yet because they were so hard to pull out. Like I'm gonna have to like knock like machete them down and then get a shovel and scoop them out. Personally, for me, I couldn't just pull them suckers out. I could not do it. I put all my weight on it. Okay. All of all of this. And honey, it wasn't coming out the ground. So yeah. Um But yes, I had fun growing the okra and it was fun harvesting the okra. I got something to show y'all later. I had mentioned that I had some red burgundy okra seeds outside. I left the pods and the pods had molded a little bit, a lot really. And but there was something interesting that I saw. So I did record that and I'm gonna put that out probably tomorrow and let y'all see what I saw. Um, let's see. Whoop, let me go back up. Um, a $5 hoe works even. Okay, Diva. Hold on, I lost my spot again. Angela's Garden says that I had a mediocre pepper year. I Yeah, and it seemed like that in my area. I would go to farmers markets or and a lot of the farmers markets were bringing in food from other, and like a lot of their peppers were not local. Their peppers and their squashes and zucchinis were not local. Most of the farms or stands here said their okra is a wrap. I mean, not their okra, their squash, and stuff like that. So yeah, but the okra thrived, and okra thrives in heat. And by the way, I'm gonna drop it again. I have seeds for sale. If anybody needs seeds, I have a list. There is a live stream that I did a few days ago, and the list is there. So if you need seeds, please, please, please check out that live stream. And also, I almost forgot. I am on eBay. I just started yesterday. So I list the seeds there as well. And then I also list the opportunity to purchase a value pack of seeds. So 7 varieties, whatever you choose on the list, 7 of those for $5. And so just go check it out. Just go check it out. Um, let's see. Typo meant to type growth. Yeah, okra growth. Okay. Your okra growth was amazing to see. Yeah, it was pretty. I was quite impressed. And and I mean tall, like the shed, I mean above my head. Like it was probably a good 7 feet and a little bit. It was pretty, yeah, it was pretty impressive. And I didn't do any. I put them in the ground in the earth. Okay, so they were not in a raised bed in the earth. I did mix in some of the soil, potting mix, just because I have clay and it's like red clay, clayish, a little sand, but it's not much sand. It's very clayish, and so I mixed in a little bit, watered pretty regularly the first month, and then after that, I did not water those plants very often. Mm-mm. I put a little compost around them, and that's it. And I even put pea gravel around them because I was trying to landscape that area a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. It Whatever. It worked. It worked. And so yeah, the okra loved the heat. Absolutely loved the heat. Now, the Japanese beetles loved the okra too. But the Japanese beetles like attacked the leaves. They didn't really attack the fruits, if that makes any sense. So not actually the pods. The pods are fine, but the leaves they ate them up. They ate them up. Um, Let me back it up. Let me back it up. Dee says California winter peppers take forever to sprout and don't produce heavy. They were the only pepper that I was disappointed with. Okay, well, yeah, they did not give me anything for real. Um, Check business shipping parks for free barrels. Okay. Miss Angel's Garden says my hot peppers produce, but bell peppers were a disappointment. Okay. I might not focus on them next year. I will stick with the hot peppers since I use them more anyway. Okay. Okay, well, maybe it was, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Yes, Miss Angela, I saw your email and I responded back to you. Yes, thank you so much, Dee Dee. Three peppers of three tiny plants. Crap. Yeah. Um, Dee Dee said, okay. Oh, okay. Talking to Miss Lynette. If you want a sweet pepper that is productive, the shishito is the one. Did I get shishito peppers from you, Diva? I don't know. Miss Angela's Garden said, I will start pepper seeds also in February. It takes a full 2 months for them to even get to any kind of size. So I grew some peppers inside. The California Wonder Peppers were great. Started those inside. And then winter sowed some. So you all know from my last live stream that we are going to winter sow. If you have never heard of that technique before, we are going to use plastic containers to basically create plant seeds and have our own plant starts instead of going to the store. So stay tuned for that. I probably won't start that until February because I know people are in other zones than me, and so I'll start some in February, but the majority will be in March. But I'll probably come out with a video in February just so I can get people that are in warmer zones a go at it because y'all will be able to plant literally probably a month and a half earlier than me. So my plan is to start that winter sowing in February, and I want y'all come with me. I had like 5 or 6 people in that live that said they were ready to winter sow. So I'm excited. I'm excited. And last year was my first year, and I winter sowed almost every single plant that I had in my garden last year. Almost every single one. I think I bought literally 2 plants. And so I'm pumped up to try that again. I'm so pumped to try that again because it was amazing. Um, let's see. I refuse going to. Let's see. Hold on. I refuse to grow any bell peppers anymore. They're pointless to me. I've tried numerous varieties. Huh. Well, maybe it just is I don't know. Um, are they sweet as the red bells? The shishitos? Is that what you're saying? And she said, yeah, okay. I wouldn't call them sweet. They have a great pepper flavor though. I love winter sowing. Miss Angela says she loves it. It's amazing. I really, really like it. I already started to start saving your plastic containers now. Anything that is see-through that you can see through is great. Even you can use the like 7 Up bottles, Sprite bottles, that green tint. That's fine, but don't do the opaque like white, eggshell white. Yeah, I'm talking about the opaque white containers. Don't do that. Milk jugs, distilled water jugs, things like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Juice jugs. The juice jugs are a little bit harder to poke holes in and cut, but they'll work. They'll work. Um, so let's see. Now, if you want a sweet, productive red pepper like a bell pepper, nose pimento are good. Sheep nose. I just learned about sheep nose pimento peppers. Yes. Everyone should plant 100 seeds by the end of December to be cool. You want to be cool, don't you? Yes. I do. I do. I want to be cool. I do, you T. Yeah. Yeah, space is quite an issue, and that's the other like perfect thing about winter sowing. You don't have to have grow lights. You don't have to have the space indoors. You literally put these suckers out in the cold, in the snow. They can get snowed on, okay? And it's fine. It's perfect. So yeah, even if you don't have space or little to no space, it's okay. Um, so all you need is plastic containers, something to cut holes and cut your containers, like scissors or a knife or a box cutter, whatever you want to use. Something to label with, like a paint marker or permanent marker, actual labels, and some soil and some water. Okay, and seeds, obviously. It's very, very easy. Very, very easy. I have a few plastic containers that I have started to save. What are you planning to start for winter sowing? Um, Peppers. I really want to, not peppers. I'm sorry. I take that back. I'm not going to do peppers with winter sowing this year. I'm going to start all of my peppers in the house. I'm going to try that this year. And that's my plan, to start all of them in the house. I may sneak up like one or two varieties of peppers outside, but I'm going to try to start them all in the house. I always start with brassicas first. Everything that I can grow in the spring is what I put out first. Everything. Arugula, lettuces, salad mix, broccoli, cauliflower, bunching onions, pak choy, parsley, oregano, cilantro. I put all that spring, good cool weather crops out first. That's what I do first. And then, so that'll be like February ish. And then I will do and I'll put some warm weather crops, but really last year when I was winter sowing, I kind of followed, what everybody else was doing. February, they would put out their tomatoes and peppers as well. I put them out, but I don't think they germinate. They didn't germinate till March. So I'm gonna wait till the beginning of March to do all of my warm weather crops. But in February, I'm gonna push out all of my brassicas, all of my cool weather stuff. Yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan. But I'm gonna start my peppers, a lot of my peppers, in the house in February. Okay, I'm gonna try to do that, and I'm cutting down the number too, because again, I don't have a lot of grow space in the house, so I do have some, and I'm gonna show y'all more on that space later. Mikey Flo is in the house. Hey, what's going on, Mikey Flo? Everybody saying what's going on to Mikey Flo. Yes, Miss Angela's garden says leafy greens, lettuce, kale, cabbage. Yes, all that. All of that. All of that. Yes. Um, my cabbage was not great outside, so that might be a winter sowing trial, but more greens for me. I agree. Collards. Oh my God. I want a whole raised bed of collards. And I might sneak in some onions here and there in that bed just to kind of companion plant a little bit. I did more companion planting this year than I've ever done, and I really think it worked. But I want like that whole 4x4 raised bed. I just want it full of collards. And I've not had a lot of luck with collards this year. I did not start them in winter sowing last year, so this year will be my first time doing collards in winter sowing. But yes, 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 yes. Mikey Flo, the title. Who else came in? Somebody else came in, I think. Maybe not. The title of the chat is 2019 was awesome in spite of dot dot dot. Fill in the blank, Mikey Flo. 2019 was awesome in spite of what? Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. So that's the plan. That's the plan. 2019 gardening season has been absolutely amazing, and it really would not have been that way if I didn't engage in uh, all the content creators here on YouTube. A lot of you are in the chat. I mean, really, really helpful information. I'm interested in learning. I want to learn and I want to get better. And so if you are offering content, videos, whatever, live streams on learning this stuff, and I'm down to hear you out because man, I just really, really have learned a lot. And I really want to get better. Angel's Garden says I tried onions from seed 2 years ago. They germinate well, then stopped growing once they got the size of a marble. None of them got larger than a marble. What kind of onions was it? I'm assuming it's the bulb onions. So I've never. You let me know. Are they the bulb ones or just the bunching or walking onions? I've never been successful with bulb onions. I still got some out in the garden, and they're like shallots, the size of shallots. They're not very or shallots, like my daughter says. She watches a lot of it's a British TV or something cartoons. But yeah, I've not been very successful with those. It took for I started my onion seeds, the red is it red burgundy onions or something like that, or the red onions in January of last year. Winter sowed some and then started some in the house, tried to germinate the seeds, and it was horrible. Like nothing worked out. And then finally something popped like two or three of the onion plants popped up in the winter sowing container. I planted those. One survived. One. No, two survived, I think. And but I did find out with onion seeds, it helps like if you clip, like use some toenail clippers, fingernail clippers, and clip the seed just a little bit, not in half, but just barely clip the corner of it, and apparently that helps with germination. I don't know, don't quote me on that. I just saw some people talking about it on YouTube, and I was like, they also talk about stratification, is that what it's called, where you put your seeds in the freezer for like 2 days or something like that, or 24 hours or something, kind of tricked them and thinking they went into a winter dormant stage or whatever, and then they germinate better. But onions, bulb onions, I have never been successful. Anybody here been successful with bulb onions before? Um, let's see. I got the seeds from Luke. Me too. And yellow onions, and I did exactly what he said. I was so excited, and nothing happened after I transplanted them. So disappointed. Hmm. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows, Miss Angela? I don't know. I don't know. Um, did you've had success with the bulb onions? So tell us all your secrets. Tell us what to do. Oh, Diva says not me. Next picks. Hey, hey, how you doing? See, he says I can never get onions to grow. It's now the bunching onions though, honey. I can grow a bunch of onions. I was very, 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 very successful with bunch of onions. But those bulbs, I just don't know about it. I'm doing amazing. I'm just like really despite just feeling crazy all up in here with the sinuses and all in my throat. I'm great. I'm great. Hey, Nick's picks the title of the live is 2019 was awesome in spite of dot 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 fill in the blank real quick. First thing comes to your mind. 2019 was awesome in spite of. If you want to type that in the chat, that would be awesome. um let's see, everybody saying what's going on. I know, right? Tutorials please on these bulb onions. We have to get better at them. And one video that does come to mind is the Beautifulness TV. She used what's it called, sales, she to start hers. So she would, excuse me, she put the bulbs on top of the soil. I mean, like she buried them in a little bit, but the roots, she buried the roots in the soil, but the bulbs sat on top. She did it like that. And I was like, I may try that. Now that's if you have the bulbs, already, or what are they called? Are they called sets? Um, Not from seed. Seeds completely different. Let's see. DD says I've had a little success with them. I say little because the weeds stunted them. Gosh, some daggone weeds. Nick's picks. I retired and now I'm broke. So 2019 was awesome, except that you retired and now you're broke. Oh my gosh. Well, but remember, Nick's picks, 2019 was awesome in spite of. Angela's Garden says, I did not see her harvest on those onions though. Well, now that I don't know if I did either, to be honest. I don't know if I did either. Miss Angela? Um, where has she been? She got a job. That was the last thing I heard. She got a job. So not a whole lot of time in the garden, or not. That's not what I meant. Not a whole lot of time making content. But that's what I heard. That she got a job. Let's see. Also, some of the master gardeners suggest avoiding sets. Not sure why though. I don't either. I don't either. Nick's Pick says yes. So now I'm growing my food so I can eat. That's about. I mean, that's about it, right? Yup. Yup. Miss Angel says I saw her plant them, but never saw the harvest. I was anxious to see the outcome. Well, I don't know. I can't remember if I ever saw that, but somebody got to be good at it. I mean, okay, because we got them in the store, so somebody's got to be doing them. Mm. I'm open to trying it again. I'm open to trying it again, though. Dee Dee says sets usually are smaller and they produce seeds. When they do, that onion isn't really edible. Hmm. Okay. Well, I had a pack of. My mom gave them to me. She purchased some yellow onion bulbs, and there was like I don't know 50 in there, and so that's what I used. That's what I planted out, and I got some out there. The squirrels dug up most of them, but I have a few that's still left out there. And I just have green tops. And the bulb itself didn't get. I mean, it's probably that big around. It really is. Um, Miss Angela says that Nick's Picks is talking. Yeah, talking about the microgreens. Okay. Webb Cajun could grow bulb onions like no other, but he farms in a way I'm not willing to farm in. Oh, okay. Okay. Green Organic Love, hey, what's going on? Green Organics in the house. Everybody say, what's up? Also, sets are usually second year plants. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what a set is. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I've never had sets. I don't think that's what it is. I literally it was a mesh bag full of bulbs that I received from my mom. Um, okay, that's why the seeds are supposed to be better. Well, it's hard. It's hard to grow onions from seed, or it was for me. Praxis can grow bulb onions really well too. Okay, this Praxis person, I've got to figure out who this guy is. I keep hearing about him. I don't know how Web Cajun grows. Oh, more like a commercial farmer using a lot of synthetic fertilizers. Got it. Okay. Lady says those are called sets. Oh, okay. My callers still have not come. What is going on? Her soil looked like straight sand, but will grow huge stuff in because he used a ton of triple 20. Oh, triple 20, 20, 20, 20. The NPK was 20 all the way across the board. Okay. Fruit sets are the bulbs produced by onion seeds. The bulbs produced by onion seeds. Okay. Okay, got it. Also, aren't hydroponics also growing with chemicals? That solution is some kind of chemical. I'm not an expert on hydroponics. I've never done hydroponics, but they do put some kind of something solution in this, like a powdery solution. I understand what you're saying. Praxis grows more like me, wild and rogue, and focuses on soil health. And Food Forest Permaculture, I don't know if he left or not, but he has been like preaching lately. I mean, preaching on soil health and building your own soil, creating, instead of going to the store and purchasing soil, he's like, man, you can have this, what you need to give it a year or less, but you can have what you need if you just save these food scraps and use this biochar. And Diva even did a video on biochar, how to do that, wood ash and leaves and wood chips, and he has been really preaching on that lately. So uh lady says Ray, he's also got the voodoo garden. Ray in the voodoo garden. Okay. Dee says barefoot, bare fruit. Onion sets are second year onions that produce seeds. Okay, y'all. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have to like what I should have been doing was making a list of all your comments about onion sets so I can then go back and watch a video or something, or two or 20, so I can get that concept, because yeah, it's like shoot right now. Thank y'all so much for trying to help me understand. Diva Angela Garcia. Okay. Diva is okay. Y'all talk about the hydroponics, organic nutrients, and synthetic fertilizers. Well, I want to try out, but use comfort tea and like to see if I can do it. Okay. Um, lady says she really likes praxis. Okay. Angela says this is my concern about that stuff they use. I'm interested in comfrey tea. Well, comfrey apparently grows like a weed too. So like a lot of people go ahead and put it in a pot, or um if you don't, comfrey can apparently pop up in all kinds of spaces in your yard if you don't if you plant it in the ground. But I mean, I know people advocate, you grow comfrey. If you need comfrey root, there are several people that offer that. And one of them, well, that I know of in the past, Granny B hasn't been in live lately, but she is amazing. But she has offered comfrey root. She has like a lot. So you might want to go check her out. And then I don't know if Miss Cheryl offers it, but she grows comfrey. Diva has comfrey as well. But I think Diva, correct me if I'm wrong, you have the kind that does not produce seed, correct? Um, apparently there's a sterile version of comfrey. I'm learning all kinds of things, y'all. Woo, y'all moving in this chat. Hold on. Bull Garden had a shorter biochar video. Mine was more like a movie. It was cool, but I mean, it served its purpose. I mean, good lord, it was good. It was good. I thought they were second year. They were second year. I don't know. I'm losing it, Miss Angel. I'm sorry. I've been doing that with the left side of my garden. The difference is the soil night and day. The soil. Okay, yes. And it really is about soil health. I'm understanding that now. It's not about um I mean, you can purchase all these fertilizers if you want. Um, but we have pretty much everything we need right in our kitchen. We throw a lot of this stuff away. So it just makes more sense to just redirect it. Put it in a pile of leaves and soil and be done. I don't know. Miss Angel's garden, yeah, because the notion is that they are growing in just water, so to add nutrients. I would assume comfort tea, compost tea, worm tea would work because they are nutrients. Yeah, yeah, yep. That's how they get so big and pretty and green. They're adding this nutrient powder to the water. Miss Angela says, I think soil is the most natural way to grow. In the wild, plants grow in soil. Yep. Nick's picks. Okay, I'm back. I'm being told that the kitchen was closing, so I had to fix a snack. Okay, got it. Angela's garden sense. There are plants that grow in water, but we don't eat them. There are plants that grow in water, and there are plants that grow in water that are edible. You are so right. Now, I can't call any of them, but I do know they are edible. Onion seeds produce. You know how you just watch so much, right? Like I'll just sit here one day and I'm just like watching all these YouTube videos, right? And you just can't find it in your brain. Like I know it's there somewhere about what the name of those plants are, but I just can't find it right now. Onion seeds produce sets. Y'all are killing me with this. Okay. Onion seeds produce sets, bulbs the first year. Okay. Onion sets, bulbs are a second year planting that will produce a flower that has seeds. Ah, okay. So does that mean that the onions that are in the ground right now that I've not pulled up that are supposed to be bulbs and they have the green top, does that mean that they're going to produce seeds soon? Maybe this spring? Because they've been in the ground that long? They've been in the ground since spring. Okay. Um Oh, that's nice, lady. Diva says I love. She said, Diva, I love your videos. Okay. So the comfrey. Diva said hers is sterile. Most people are growing what I have. It does not make seed. Cheryl, Miss Cheryl's Organic Food Forest, Ession's Family Gardening, Backyard, all have the sterile type, propagated by the roots. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Ooh. Seaweed is edible and healthy. Yeah, it is. I don't know if I want to ever eat seaweed. I don't know. Angel's Garden Scent says, I wonder about that as well. Growing with synthetic solution is in water. I wonder what the long term effect is from eating vegetables grown in this synthetic water solution. I don't know, but a lot of people are doing it. And not that that makes it okay or right or good for you. It's just but a lot of people prefer it. A lot of people prefer it. You don't have to go out and buy soil. Water is readily available, and you know, I don't know. People like it better. Less pest issues. Um, I lied. Less pest issues because of the soil. There's no soil for pests to get in. So like your vine borers and things like that. Now, I don't know if I've seen people grow like squashes or anything like that with hydroponics. I know I've seen a lot of lettuces, but I don't know about squashes and things. Um Diva, that's the main one I can think of. Cattail's another, but it grows in swamps, so watery mud is what it grows in. Okay. True seaweed comes from the salt water. What do we eat that grow water? I don't know of any. There might be some, but not much farming of freshwater plants growing on. No, there isn't. But I know there are some. I just can't call it. I'm thinking growing hydroponically was more clean for grocery store bound produce. No dirt to wash off. Yep. Or salmonella to worry about. Yep. Oh, I got it. Did he? You said Bedford? Yes, I got it. Okay. Oh goodness, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying. I swear. Ooh, it made my head hurt a little bit, like right here, right in this area. It made my head hurt. Um, let's see. What tasty? Nick's Fix, like the hydroponic lettuce, rice. What about rice? You should watch some videos on living with the land in Epcot. It's amazing what they are doing. Hmm. Water chestnuts. Water chestnuts grow in water. Rice has to be flooded. Yeah. Oh, okay. Green organic. Okay. I'm pushing. Yeah. Y'all know it's past my bedtime. I'm piecing it together. I'm piecing it together. Seaweed. Okay. I found some things Asians eat like water spinach and water chestnuts. So I just said water chestnuts. Rice grows in soil. The soil needs tons of water and has to be flooded, but it is grown in soil. Well, yeah, that's true. It's not just water. Um, we have rice fields in central Arkansas. Wow. As well as South Carolina. I don't know why. I saw SoCal, and that's not what it says. It says South Carolina. Green organic, multitasking plus one eye open. I know. Letitia needs a nap, honey. I need a hibernation period. I need to hibernate. Um, yeah. Yep. Nick's picks. I'm growing everything in containers right now. Yay, container gardening! So there are some people in the world that are just like, what? Container gardening? Who does that? That's stupid. And I'm just like, okay, number one, you can do what you want in your garden, and I can do what I want in mine. Like, number two, I'm still growing food. Like, what is the point? Why are you so like anti-container? Well, that's just not real gardening. I met somebody that actually said this to me. I was like, lady, who? And then she went on and on about how she was given like 30 acres and all this other stuff. Well, that's great. You have the space to grow in the ground. I don't have 30 acres. I have 0.65 acres. So, yes, container gardening is all that. It can be done. It is being done. People are doing it. And I'm so happy that you're doing it too, because I do it too. This year was my first year growing any vegetable in the ground. And I had a lot of success with that. A lot of success. And actually watered less than in containers. That's the only drawback about containers. You have to water more and you have to pour in more nutrients. But it can still be done, and I'm down for it. And I will continue to grow in containers. Yes, I will. If I'm not mistaken, they actually flood the rice to harvest it like cranberries, but I could be wrong. I've never grown it. Okay. Yes, the soil has to be flooded, but always started in soil. I grow in both containers and in the soil. It does not matter if you are growing food. You are growing food. Boom. Okay. Nick's pick said, let them break their backs bending over. Right. I mean, good Lord. It's right. You are so right. Um, let's see. I lost my place. I lost my place. Some things are best in pots, lest you want them to take over your yard. Duh. And these are the things that are going through my head, right? I'm just like, this person is really ignorant. Like, I'm whatever your preference is, your preference. I have no problem with that, but don't like bash somebody or turn your nose up at somebody else because they're different than you. Like, who does that? You do, and you look ignorant doing it. Y'all know what I'm saying? That's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I just started about again. I just started again about 2 months ago, documenting all the mistakes. Boom. Great. Great. Lady says nematodes will keep you out of the ground. I know, right? Vine boars, all that. I didn't have no problems. Good point. Okay. Nick's picks. I've got moles, but they can get into my containers. How do they do that? See, that's too much. That is too much. Plant mint in your yard and watch catnip too. Uh-huh. Yeah. Everywhere. Lemon balm everywhere. Plant that in your yard and see what happens. Ignorant comments. I know, right? Who made them the gardening god? I want to know. I don't know. She was really rude. She was just weird the whole time anyway. You know how you go to these workshops put on by your cooperative extension offices and ag centers and stuff like that. So it was one of those. Like I didn't know her, neither did she know anybody else in the room. But you make statements like that in front of a group of people. I don't you don't you're not there to make friends. You're there to learn. But I think you should just like not make certain comments. It's just silly. Um I know, right? Nick's pigs. You said your collard seeds still did not come up. Yep, that's what she said. Green Organic said that a while back. Yep. Nick's picks. I didn't. I drink lemon balm tea every morning. You do. I my lemon balm died. I was so hurt because it was beautiful. I that little pot was gorgeous. It dried out. It dried out. It was hot this season, y'all. Woo! In spite of the heat, 2019 was awesome. It was awesome. Nope. It's a wrap. Okay, okay. That's what I want to know. And how did they get in the pot though? Dee says, Nick's picks. What did you grow in a pot that moles went after? And then Diva says, lemon balm is in the mint family. Catnip too. That family is invasive. Yes, they are. Jay's home garden. Well, hello. Oh my gosh, I've been on here for. Oh my gosh, y'all. The clock says an hour and 26 minutes. Oh my gosh. But welcome, Jay's home. Glad to have you. I don't think we've met. We might have. I don't know. I have a horrible memory. But you are so welcome here. And we're just talking right now about all kinds of different things. But the title of the live stream is 2019 was awesome in spite of fill in the blank. If you don't mind. 2019 was awesome in spite of. Let us know your thoughts. Sorry, my voice is getting a little crazy. Um, no, the moles can't get to the containers, but they keep heading toward my herb tower. See, uh, Diva says, the birds. Okay, she did you bury the seeds or sprinkle them on top of the soil? Yeah, those collar seeds are so little, you don't even have to bury them. You literally just throw them across. My granny would pour the seeds in her hand and just cast them out. That's what she did, and she wouldn't put soil over top of them, nothing. She would just cast some suckers out, and then it would always rain the next day, and so that's the way she did hers. But um, let's see. Yeah, everybody say hey to Jay's home garden. Stephanie, welcome back. I'm so excited that you're here. Hey, everybody say what's up to Stephanie. Yeah, this year went by fast. Yes, it did. Yep. Hey, Stephanie, the title of the live stream is 2019 was awesome in spite of fill in the blank. Fill in the blank and let us know. 2019 was awesome in spite of what? Hey, there's Melanie. Melanie's still here. She's saying what's up to you. Um, oh my gosh. You just did not have good luck with the collards. Sorry, my phone's going off. Oh. Okay. Yes, in spite of the heat. Oh my goodness, Stephanie, that heat. I literally, I would look at my garden. I would like open the curtain, and I'm just like, mm-mm. That's what I would do. I'm like, I'm not going out there in the heat. I'm just not doing it. You're gonna have to fend for yourself today. Mm-hmm. Uh, Kale seems to rock it out in the heat. Kale seems to rock it out in the cold. Kale is the boss. Okay, that's the head honcho of the garden. Kale, because pretty much any variety that you plant is hardy. Um, oh gosh, yeah, yep, yep. Other varieties that do really well in the wintertime. I mean, I'm the summer, the heat. Stephanie, I'm crazy, I know. But thank you. We have fun. Mm, yeah. So Paris cost lettuce. I did a video on that. Like plants or greens that grew really well for me in the spring, but also did like held its own throughout the summertime in my garden that I grew. And I literally did a video showing everybody like I planted this stuff in the spring, but it is the boss. Like it is holding up, it is strong. Paris Cos lettuce was one of those, mustards, um, and the kale was one of those as well. Like a boss, honey. Honestly, I think that's why kale became a trend because it's like a weed, very weather tolerant. It really is. I mean, it can be completely like frozen solid, and that kale will unthaw and perk itself right back up. I mean, just it's ridiculous. The dinosaur kale that we grew in the spring, like pretty much got ate down by the cabbage moth larva, and um, I mean, yeah, and aphids pretty much wrecked it. Once I got it cleaned out, I like sprayed it off, put some neem oil on the plants, and one of them I just snapped the bark, the stem into because it was just ugly. Tossed the leaves started poking back out, and I mean it's ridiculously gorgeous. It's ridiculously gorgeous after all of that it went through. Um, my kale seems to be still growing once it matures. I have too much overplanted. Ha. Well, abundance is always great. Abundance is always great. DD says coastal star lettuce does really well in the summer heat. Boom. I heard red Russian kale does really well in the heat as well. Going to run, folks. Have a great evening, everyone. Okay, have a great evening, Angela. I'm about to get Miss Angela. I'm about to get off here too because I've been on here an hour and 32 minutes and 53 seconds. Lord Jesus, it's so easy, y'all. It's so easy with y'all. It really is. It like the time just flies by. The time just absolutely flies by. But yeah, yep. Well, let's just wrap it up. Let's just wrap it up, y'all, and call it a night. I am so excited to be able to continue to talk about gardening, our gardens, and reflecting, but also moving forward. You know, the spring will be here before we know it. It really will, and we're going to be, trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to plant this year? What am I not going to do because it didn't work out last year? So I encourage everyone to gather your thoughts, and then again, I will be. I'm going to start some things indoor. I'm definitely going to show you some of that, but we're going to continue to talk about, getting ready for the spring. Um, I think it was the live yesterday I did. We listed a lot of places where people buy seeds. Right now is the time to buy seeds. So if you do not know where you want to purchase seeds, you typically get them at like Walmart or Kroger. I mean not Kroger, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Tractor Supply. Those stores are great, but there are a lot of online stores that you can purchase seeds from. There are a lot of YouTube creators that purchase seeds, and so in that chat, I put in the description just a list that we came up with during that live stream. So if you want to check that out, that's great. I also have seeds available. So please check that out. Email me if you wanted more details, or you can go to eBay and log on to eBay. I'll put my handle name, I think that's what it's called, or username or whatever, in the description as well once this video uploads. You all have a great night. I love y'all. I really do. Get some rest, and I'll talk to y'all soon.